Good morning, Suman. Good morning, Tanmay. Good morning, Ketan, Anand, Yash, Ankit, Abhay Rajput, Dilip, Rajdeep, Sinh Zala, Rinki Kumari, Priyanshu Kumar, Abhay Rajput, Mriganka Biswas. All right. Prasanna. All right. Good morning, Aniket, Parash, Mani, Rajbongshi, Adarsh Kadse, Aparna A, Naman Kuvera, yeah, Ankita Jaiswal, Neeraj Chaurasia from the YouTube. I think we have Arshi Rashid. Hello. Yashasvi Rathor. Good morning. SJ Man. Good morning. Pradyuman. Good morning. Simran. Good morning. Sejal Patel. Good morning. Riddhi. Nidhi. Simran Yadav. Good morning. All right, people. So I'm welcoming you all to the very first class of Polity and Governance for the Pinnacle Batch 2027. Okay, warm welcome to all of you here, especially to the Pinnacle students. The first two classes are like a demo class also, and that's like not a demo, I would say. Okay, demo class maybe for you because it's free also, and that is why we have kept the access to, given the access to even to the YouTube community, so that even they can also get to decide. They also get to decide what is the nature and the quality of classes that are being taken at PW. Getting the point here. So let us set the agenda straight first, because the first and foremost thing that anybody will want to know when it comes to polity and governance is, sir, what are the books to be referred? Naveen Kumar Chatnali from Karnataka. Hegidira? So, what are the books to be referred? Should we read NCERT? Should we read Laxmikanth? These are the main two questions that generally comes from this. Correct? Then another third question that may come is, sir, other than NCERT and other than Laxmikanth, should we read anything else? So, basically looking for multiple references. So, what I want to tell you here is, enough. Why my notes? Because where do I make my notes? I make my notes from NCERT. I am making it from Laxmikanth. I am also making it from current affairs. And obviously, yes, this part I am going to do. You are completely free that after going through my notes, you want to read NCERT, you want to read Laxmikanth, that is perfectly fine. But stop with this. Don't go beyond that. Not needed, not at all necessary. Because it is important to understand, as I have always been telling you in our orientation classes also, where to stop your UPSC preparation. UPSC preparation is not a race about knowledge. It is only about gathering the necessary information to crack this exam. Getting the point here? That is all that you are going to do. So any other external sources, even the books that are being given by UPSC or PW, any other book also, any other sources are there, it is left to you if you want to go through it. These are the major areas from where I am going to take my information source from. That is left to you whether you want to read it. Getting the point here? You are free to do it. UPSC wala books also, please understand, UPSC wala books also will have again NCERT and Laxmikanth in it. Please understand, because polity is not changing from textbook to textbook. It is the same constitution, the same parliament, the same assembly, the same chief minister, the same prime minister. Nothing is changing. It is just that when you read NCERT and read Laxmikanth, here you are reading it separately. In your UPSC wala book, these two will be combined. What is the difference then? Some information, what will be there here? Some information. I'm not telling it is very important information. No. Some information what is given here won't be there here. What UPSC wala book would have given like an analytical way, that won't be there here. So will you miss out on something if you don't read 1, 2, 3? No, you won't, because it is getting covered in the class. Getting the point here? You need to worry only if after sitting in my class you're not able to answer any of the prelims PYQ or any of the mains PYQ, that is especially GS2, polity and governance based questions, you are not able to answer it. Then only you need to worry. Getting the point here? Otherwise, on a daily, regular basis, stick to my notes, revise them multiple times. As simple as that. Let's keep it simple and straightforward. Reason is very simple. Why am I going on insisting stick to my notes, stick to my notes? Because as a student or as an aspirant, I never used to like the fact that read the notes first, then go to the textbooks, then go to another additional NCERT, then go to some other big fat textbook. By the time what happens, you would have done a lot of duplication of efforts. So I don't want you to do that. Getting the picture here? Stick to my notes first. Beyond that, something happens. Trust me, that will be what we call as a difficult or a very difficult question. And always remember, as far as prelims is concerned, it is not the difficult questions that will decide your fate. If you manage to get the easy questions and the questions of medium level difficulty wrong, medium level difficulty, these two you get it wrong, you are not going to clear prelims. The very difficult question, once in a blue moon, some rare question was asked. One very rare question. Probably 99% of the UPSC aspirants don't know the answer to. So what most first timers make the blunder is, they'll pick this one difficult question, they'll go behind the source of it, they will find that source belongs to some big textbook having around 600 pages with microscopic font size, and then they will come to the conclusion that, oh, this textbook is very, very important. You will find, and they will start recommending these books. See, from this difficult question came. And first time attempters, or especially people who are still in their college, when they hear this, oh, it came from this book, they are not thinking that from a 600-page textbook, you got one question. Where is the cost to benefit ratio here? Prelims also, I need to score what? Anywhere between 100 to 120 to be on the safer side, depending upon whether easy or tough the paper is. That means 60 questions, 50 to 60 questions, I need to get it correct. Remaining 40, if I don't know, it is fine. That's the point here. So you must be comfortable in knowing that you don't know. Get comfortable with that. Got the point here? So trust one source, your faculty. Don't trust multiple didis, multiple bhaiyas. There are so many elder brothers and elder sisters in every center in our country. You go to Delhi, especially old Rajendra Nagar, Karol Bagh area and all, you will find lot of didis and bhaiyas, who are sitting there and giving their own gyan. System is not right. We should overhaul the system. This book is needed. What Laxmikanth and all nobody reads. It's a total waste book. They'll give their own gyan. For the love of God, stay away from them. So what do? You stick to the very basics here. Clear? Now, prelims analysis we will do. No doubt about it. We will... And yes, this is my official Telegram channel. This is the place where you can send in your answers from 2013 onwards. PYQs only. Mind you, this is not the DMP. This is not your daily mains practice question. This is out and out for sending in your PYQs, previous year questions. In what format? In the PDF format. So initially I had started this initiative exclusively for my public administration students. But later I understood just reviewing PubAd answers is not enough, because yes, I can make somebody good at writing PubAd answers. But what if they don't score well in GS 1, 2, 3, 4? So I included this, and I've also included essay. That means you can send in answers of public administration, all the 4 GS and essay from 2013, only the PYQs in the PDF format. I will review them for free. Getting the picture here? Purely selfish reason only, because I want my public administration students to clear the exam. As simple as that. There is only that agenda left there. There is only one agenda there. Clear? That is the second thing. Now let us see the topic wise breakdown. Yes, I have already made a video of this in YouTube separately. I have already made this. Clear? But once again, let us see the breakdown here. For Parliament, around 16 questions had come. Article 19 and 21, 3 and 4 respectively. Tribes related 1 question. Judiciary versus executive versus legislature 13. Small states and governance 1. Interstate water disputes 1. Finance commission 3. Regulatory bodies 13. Pressure groups 4. Federal relations 14. Powers of President 3. Prime Minister 1. UCC 1. That is Uniform Civil Code. Ordinance 3. Indian Party System 2. CAG 3. Constitution 3. Quasi-judicial bodies 1, NGOs, non-state actors 4, elections 5, committees of parliament 3, tribunals 3, comparison of political and judicial systems 5, governor versus government 2, Attorney General of India 1. These many questions have come from polity. These many questions. What does it indicate? That is, when you sit down with polity textbook or a polity subject, you should give it importance right from the first chapter till the last. Very, very important. And it is a very interesting subject also. Many people get interested with it because it is whole about polity, you know, how the system works in our country and all of that. Now, what about governance? So, before I head on with governance, polity, when you looked at the topic itself, you would have understood. What is polity? Polity is about the system or the institutions and the way by which it is run in the country. Correct? That is what it is. Just give me a minute here. Yeah. All right. So this generally talks about the system that is there in our country. Getting the point here, people? So that is what you mean by polity. The system. When we say sitting in a tea shop, etc., that, you know, system is not right. System is wrong. System needs to be changed. This is the system. So as you can clearly see, it literally talks about the structure of our whole organizations, how they are interrelated, how they are correlated, how it will affect the people of our country. That is what the entire thing is about. And as you can clearly see from the numbers here, some topics or some things are very, very important. Whereas some things like maybe quasi-judicial bodies, etc., hardly one question. So, when you are preparing for polity and governance, you should also do the same thing. Weightage you should give the preparation or importance you should give for a topic corresponding to its weightage. Okay, this chapter, maximum question has come in mains, important. This chapter, maximum questions have come from it for prelims, important. Oh my god, this chapter is important for both prelims and mains. You should reread it as much as possible. Coming to governance now. Now, what do you mean by governance? Governance is something where people get the goods and services delivered to them from the side of the government. Government provides them with the goods and services. Or in other words, I am able to feel that there is a government. That is a reality. I am able to feel it. How? Good roads, electricity supply, internet connectivity, drinking water, clean, healthy environment, job opportunities, healthcare, education. So if you take up each and every one of these aspects, we feel, okay, government is doing a good job. Notice the topics that have come under governance here. Midday meal, 1 question. Self-help group 6, digital governance 5, rural governance 3, urban governance 1. Combined means one in a particular year, they had actually combined these two topics and asked a single question. Then corporate governance. Doesn't end there. It continues. Inclusive governance, health, poverty, environment, education, higher education institutes, women, cooperation among various sectors, accountability and transparency, civil service, Aadhaar. Then media, sports, foreign contribution or NGO, JNK 1 question, LPG, child 1 related 1, demographic dividend related 1, WASH scheme, taxation, citizens charter, ICT schemes, that is information and communication technology schemes, Gati Shakti, DBT, direct benefit transfer. What do we understand from this overall? Current affairs is supremely important. So the other thing that I want to tell you is, people will generally ask, or generally some people will say, current affairs is losing its importance in prelims, which is true to a certain extent. And within current affairs, again, if you see schemes, even that is losing its importance in prelims. Maybe you will get 1 or 2 random questions. So that is the reason why many people will say it is not worth investing on schemes as far as prelims is concerned. But when it comes to your mains exam, schemes are supremely important. They can directly ask you a scheme. They can directly ask you the solutions. What do you think are the possible solutions for A, B, C, D problems that are there? You are supposed to write the schemes there. Getting the picture here? We will be discussing definitely the previous year questions. We will be discussing how to write a mains answer. Because polity, one advantage of polity, unlike other subjects when it comes to prelims aspect, is pretty direct it is. It is factual. There is no other way. That is, okay, why can't we interpret it like this, like that? That is not there in polity. Polity is like a final word. This is it means this is it. Article 14, right to equality, means it is right to equality. Why it is not Article 15? No, you cannot interpret or analyze like that. But when it comes to mains exam, it's not so direct. You will have to give the analysis there with proper examples. And whenever you give any analysis, it shouldn't be your analysis. Even though the question may ask for it, you're supposed to give your analysis based on what? Government reports, committee reports, Niti Aayog reports, Finance Commission reports, World Bank report, RBI report, etc. That means you will always give your analysis based on government reports. You will not give any statement saying that, okay, if I was the chief minister, I was the prime minister, I will do this like that. No. UPSC doesn't want your advice. Trust me. UPSC already has, or the government also already has enough experts there. And that is how you're supposed to write your answer. So those aspects we will be discussing as and when the topics prop up. Got it here? This is how we are going to take it up. Because simultaneously, if we don't discuss the mains and the prelims questions, topic will not go into the head. Otherwise, to be very honest, this subject is something which even you can sit and study, right? I mean, Laxmikanth book is there. It is a public secret today that most of the questions for polity largely comes from Laxmikanth. Correct? Maybe barring 1 or 2 questions. And that book keeps getting updated every year. So everybody can just stick to that book, more than enough. But no, the analytical part is not something which even you can get it from Laxmikanth. Even to understand something as simple as President Draupadi Murmu has asked 14 questions to the Honorable Supreme Court of our country. Why those 14 questions? How are those 14 questions very, very important? What are its implications, future implications with regard to the functioning of president, governor, and how does it tries to re-establish the relationship that the governor and the president has with the Supreme Court? For that you need analysis. That is where you need a faculty. Getting the point here, people? This is what we are going to do. So without any further delay, let us start off now. Let's look at the topics what we will handle today. Introduction, China, Mexico, features of democracy, limits of democracy, advantages of democracy, constitution. So we are literally going to start our things with very basic functioning, very basic understanding from NCERT itself. That is, what do you mean by democracy? What is democracy actually? How many types of democracies are there in and around us in this world? What are its advantages, disadvantages? We will see a few examples. Then from democracy, we will move into what? Constitution, and understand what is the importance of constitution. Any questions so far? All right, people. So, introduction. When we deal with definitions in polity, keep the definition as it is. Very, very important. Because there is a very old, wouldn't call it a joke, but basically a sentence is there. So in this, if you see, hang him not, let him free. So if I put a comma here, it reads as what? Hang him not, let him free. Means let him go. Now instead of there, if I put a comma here, it becomes what? Hang him, not let him free. Getting the picture here. That is how detailed the subject of polity is. One comma's placement in the statement itself will make the entire meaning of the statement wrong. That is the reason why I will tell you, whatever definitions are there, read it, try to maintain it as much as possible in the way it is. Now, sir, should we remember the definitions as it is for mains? Not necessary. Mains, it is not so needed. But real definitions, these definitions in its word by word, verbatim format is important where? It is important in prelims. Let us see. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Correct? Rulers are elected by the people. That means who is having the power? The people. But then some exceptions. Sorry, some examples for this. Saudi Arabia. Does it have elections there? Are the people selected? It is king's rule. Basically the Saud family. They rule the country. Myanmar, can anybody tell me what type of... We'll come to that, Paras. It is too early. Wait a minute. Democracy, constitution will come to that. That is the entire structure of this whole thing. Myanmar, can you tell me what type of government is there currently as of now? Very good. Army rule, military rule. What about North Korea? Very good. Very good, Aniket, Ankita, Abhay, Sneha. Very good. Dictatorship. So, from these three examples itself, we are understanding one thing, that democracy is not the only form of government. Correct? We have a democracy. India has a democracy. Good or bad, we will think about it later. But we have a democracy here. People elect their elected representatives. People, or as going by the definition here, the rulers are elected by the people of India. Be it at the state government, be it at the central government. Correct? Fine. Now, obviously, a question now. Is Pakistan a democracy? Or in other words, in Pakistan, are the rulers elected by the people? Answer this. Ankita, you should answer from the given statements. Many are going for C. Somebody went for D. C. Most of them are going for C. C, 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 D, C. It's a very straightforward question. That statement is true. Simple. That statement is true. It is a democracy. Is the government elected by the people? That is a question. It's true. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt. Government elections are there. Definitely it is conducted. Is the government elected? Yes, it is. So as per the definition of democracy, if I go by, Pakistan is a democracy. But some of you have told it is a controlled democracy, or the military chiefs control things there. Why? Let us look into a small background here. In Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Later, he changed his designation to president and in 2002 held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension. In August 2002, he issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. The work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by a National Security Council which is dominated by military officers. That is the issue here. Civilian cabinet. That means civilian cabinet means what? So what is a civilian cabinet? That is government is there. Okay. Consisting of maybe ministers. Within the ministers, there will be a body taking most important decisions. Not all the ministers will be involved in it. So, that is your cabinet. This cabinet has to take its orders from whom? That comes from the military. That is the issue here. The statement is very, very simple. The statement is only what is democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. Are elections held in Pakistan? Yes. Do people get a chance to vote? Yes. Definition is correct. But functioning wise, when you look at it, how is it functioning? It is functioning by taking the orders from the military. That is the reason why we make that statement. India is a country that has a military. Whereas Pakistan is a military that owns a country. Because look at it. Even though the government public elects the government, all the decisions are ultimately decided by the military. Getting the point here? So this is the fundamental reason why we are having so many issues with Pakistan. So even if India wants to have a good relationship with the government here, with the people here, military will not allow it. Got the picture? And any government that goes against the military, military will bring that minister down or that government down. That is how the system is created there. So to even think that we will have peace with Pakistan is nothing but utopian. Simply forget it. Other than maybe in Hindi movies, nowhere else this peace is going to come between India and Pakistan. Never it will happen. Never it will happen. Because this is the system there. This is the polity there. This is the any initiative of the government. That is, forget with India. Even if government wants to do something for the public, it needs to get its approval from the military. So governance is nothing but mercy of the military of Pakistan. Got the system here? Got this point very clear? This is the reason why I told you the definition becomes important. Got it? Now, throughout my PPTs, wherever you see this italic font, utopian means something which is dreamlike. That means it will only happen in your dreams. A scenario which is going to be completely impossible. That is, other than in dreams, it is not going to happen anywhere else. 8 to 10:30. 8 to 10, 10:30. That will be the schedule. Clear? So wherever you see this italic font, that means what? It is just for your information. You need not study it. You need not by heart it. You need not take it down. Just for your understanding. Yeah, that is also pretty correct, Suman. Ideal vision, which is impossible. Clear? So this is just for your information. Clear till here, people? Any doubts? Develop faster writing speed. Mriganka Biswas. The reason being that, please understand, 250 words you have to write in 3 hours. Till now, what you have been doing in your college, if I would, or school time would be, you used to write, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It used to be how much? 100 marks, 3 hours. 250 marks per 3 hours, where you have to think about intro, body, conclusion, where questions can come connecting with current affairs. That means if I have to comfortably finish the paper, means I should target at least 90 marks per hour. If you don't clear prelims, that is sad. You cleared prelims, you went to the mains exam hall, you didn't complete the last 3 or 4 questions because your writing speed was very poor. That's pain. And skipping the last 3 or 4 questions from a GS paper or GS paper 2 simply means you have easily lost anywhere between 45 to 60 marks. So develop your writing speed in the class. Amarnath, I think that information will be provided. Today it is because of the first class. I think there was some technical issues, but the schedule will be given to you henceforth. See, just read it, Hemant, just read it. I am not asking you to skip it completely, because to skip it completely means then I will not put the content out here. Moving on. Now let us take another example. So in China also elections are there. Correct? In China also elections are there. Then obviously, as per the definition of democracy, is it democratic? Definitely it is democratic again, because elections are there. But now a question. Tell me the name of if I ask you what is the name of the opposition party in India, you will tell me maybe Congress or the India Alliance. Correct? If I ask you the opposition party's name in Pakistan, you can Google it and you will find a name also. So even Pakistan has an opposition. That is the funny part. But in China, if you go and see, you will find that there is no opposition here. That means, as rightfully pointed out by Rajdeep Sinzala, as well as by Harshita, it is only what? It is a single party system. There is no question of a choice here. I can only vote for the Communist Party of China. Let us see. In China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament, called Guangguo Renmin Daibiao Dahui. That is basically National People's Congress. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. It has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China. Some members are elected by the army. Before contesting elections, the candidate needs the approval of Chinese Communist Party. Only those who are members of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest elections held in 2002-3. The government is always formed by the Communist Party. That means, what do we understand there? So, if I take the example of Pakistan, or wait a minute. Pakistan's example, if I take, what do I get to know? Military elected, but military control. Correct? And if I take the example of China, elected, but single party. Correct? Then one more example let me throw in here. USA, elected, but how many political parties are there in USA? 1, 2, 3, 5. countless very good Hemant, very good Saurabh, very good Venkatakarthi, Ragini, Rakshita, Sujay, Sneha, Suman, two-party system, elected but two-party. Now let us take up one more example, Mexico. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years. The country has never been under a military or a dictator's rule, which is wonderful news. But until 2000, every election, that is from 1930 to 2000, 70 years, every election was won by a party called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Opposition parties did contest elections but never managed to win. The PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win elections. All those who were employed in government offices had to attend its party meetings. Teachers of government schools used to force parents to vote for the PRI. Media largely ignored the activities of opposition political parties except to criticize them. Sometimes the polling booths were shifted from one place to another in the last minute, which made it difficult for people to cast their votes. The PRI spent a large sum of money in the campaign for its candidates. That is, even though there is multiple party system here, we can see what one political party indulging in high-handedness. High-handedness means power, playing with the election, playing with the polling booth, influencing government teachers and government servants, as well as teachers, then government servants influencing the public. So, what do we see here? Mexico elected but not fair. Then the question is, it is still yes. Because what is democracy's basic definition? Old definition, let us go to. A government elected by the people, for the people, of the people. Yeah. Correct. So everywhere, what do we see? What is the problem here? Military is controlling. China and USA, if you take, you don't have much scope for a choice. Mexico, if you take, it is domination by one party. But it is still democracy. But in such a, if this is the case, means, how will I even know? How do I say what is proper democracy? What are the proper features of an ideal democratic country? Or properly, when we look for democracy, what should be the true features of it? Correct? Because somewhere in all of this, we feel there is some sense of misplaced governance. Because even if I take, okay, USA, the largest democracy in the world, or sorry, the oldest democracy, etc., etc., USA claims itself. But very recently we know USA had to use Marines. That is the army basically. Marine is a division within the US Army. Just to what? To stop riots in LA, Los Angeles. That is not the thing what you do in a democratic country, right? You call the military to stop riot. Riot is something, but it's an internal trouble. You can call the cops, what is normally done in our country. or you call the paramilitary forces. Not that you call the military here. Marines and all. Marines were used basically to take down Osama bin Laden. So this is not terrorists. You're taking down your own people. So this begs to demand the next question. Then what should be the feature of a democracy? Let us see. Features of democracy. In a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. Feature. Mind you. Feature of democracy it is. Definition of democracy, we saw what is there in the front. But ideal features when we talk about, this is the first feature. Means what? Final decision making power with the people. Got the point here? Final decision making power should be there. So in that sense, if you see, this final decision making power with people, is it there in Pakistan? Does the final decision making power lie with the people there or with the military there? Military, correct? So this feature itself is not there where? It is not there in Pakistan. Clear with that? Final decision making power is not with them. Even though Pakistan is a democracy, the final decision making power does not lie with the people there. Clear? Alright. What about the second feature? A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Whoever is in power should have a fair chance of losing there. That means powerful also will become powerless one day. UPA 1 government came in India when? 2004. Before that it was NDA. Correct. NDA was there. 2004 UPA 1 came. 2009 UPA 2 came. Nobody in their wildest dreams also would have guessed that. What will come back again? Who will come back again? NDA will come back. And when NDA made a comeback, it was not any ordinary comeback. A single party, the BJP, they came with such huge majority in Lok Sabha. So if I am going to see the Indian political scenario also, we were initially what? A single party rule. Maybe let us say from 1951 to 1978. Janata Party, 1978 to 80. Why am I writing that party's name itself? Because this was also the first time under, okay, not Janata Party. This was also the first time that we had a coalition government. Later we had what? Once again single party. Maybe from 1980 to till 88, 89. (1990s) coalition era. 99 to 2014 NDA, UPA 1, UPA 2. What are we seeing here? At one point of time in history, people thought that Congress cannot be touched. Congress cannot be touched. Congress is the party in our country. But that got toppled in 1978. Congress lost. In history, nobody would have thought that the impossible has been made possible. Very briefly, we had a coalition government just for 2 years. Morarji Desai was the Prime Minister. Then again, Congress came back into power again. But by the time Rajiv Gandhi also exited, once again, everything became in shambles. Congress was still the grand old party of India, but it did not have that level of clout anymore. Single largest party, yes, it will still have the large number of MPs, yes, but not enough to have a majority in Lok Sabha. So, from the 90s, if you see, you have the coalition era. Coalition era means, okay, I want to form the government. You also come with me. You also come with me. You also come with me. And like this, many groups came together to form the government. So you had NDA which formed the government. Then you had UPA forming the government. So alliances were forming. So this point of time, let me tell you, when I was doing my coaching, when I was getting my coaching done for UPSC civil service preparation, I remember my public administration faculty telling me the days of single party rule is over. Henceforth in India, no single party will get a majority. It's gone. We will only have coalition governments. He said it like a final statement. But what did we see in 2014? (2014 to 2024), 10 years we saw single party dominance. Then some people told coalition is over, coalition is never going to come back. But what happened in 2024 election? Coalition is back. Thank you, Salim. So, are you seeing the fluctuation that is happening? Here, everybody thought Congress 78. Everybody thought single party rule. State, center. Janata Party showed nothing like that. We can have multiple small parties and we can form the government. Then everybody thought, okay, now coalition will be the thing. Where? 1980 to 88-89, again single party came back. Then everybody thought, okay, now no more coalition. Where? 90s again coalition. Then everybody thought, okay, henceforth it will be coalition. Again where? 2014 to 24. I know it is NDA government they call it. But BJP was a single party there. BJP single-handedly in both the elections, 2014 as well as 2019, they had more than 272 MPs in the parliament, in Lok Sabha. So again everybody thought, okay, this is it. No more, what is it? Coalition. And coalition came back again in 2024 because even BJP, the party, did not expect what? They won't cross the magic number. Nobody expected. No political pundit expected. Getting the point here? That is the beauty of the second feature of democracy, which is powerful to become powerless. Even if you are the largest party, you have to form a coalition with small parties to form the government. Even if you are the oldest party that goes back to 1885, you also can lose the election. Getting the picture here? That means the very nature of democracy is that we cannot predict what can be the outcome. Because if truly the decision making power is with the people, means nobody in the world will be able to predict what will be the outcome of the election. Nobody. Getting the picture here? That is the reason why we generally say what 2024 election, it was an election where everybody were happy. Why? BJP managed to form the government. Opposition improved their performance in the elections and their number of MPs etc. went up. Critics of the government, media, experts on democracy etc. were very happy because now they believed the elections were conducted in a free and fair manner. Number 4, electoral voting machine was also happy. Why? For the first time after an election was conducted, nobody blamed it. Got the point here? That is the beauty of true democracy. Because truly if the power lies with the people, you won't be able to predict what will happen next. Powerful also will become powerless. Got this point here? Let us come back now to the third feature. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. That is, it is not that now I am from the state of Kerala. So let us say somebody makes a rule tomorrow telling that people from Kerala will get, whoever votes in Kerala, from Kerala, they will get 1.5. Their vote will be counted as 1.5 because it is the most literate state in the country. Can it be allowed? Absolutely not. That will be such a blunderous decision to take. So everybody should have what? One vote, one value. That means if I cast a vote, Sneha casts a vote, or Narayan casts a vote, whoever casts a vote, every vote will be counted only as one. Whether it is done by a man, whether it is done by a woman, whether it is done by anybody. Doesn't matter what your caste is, doesn't matter what your creed is, etc. In other words, this is one of the fundamental feature of democracy, which is political equality. It is not social equality. It is not economic equality. It is not cultural equality. It is not equality in any other form. It is only one and one only: political equality. What voting right I have, you also have it. My vote is counted as one means your vote also will be counted as one. I am from OBC, community. Okay. So, should I get more reservation now? Reservation can be given in terms of, let us say, for women, OBC reservation. That is agreed. But should I get a higher value in my vote because I am from OBC? Absolutely not. Vote value remains the same irrespective of your caste, gender, region, religion, etc. Political equality. Got the point here? So democracy's fundamental feature is what? Political equality. Let us look into some cases here. Until 2015 in Saudi Arabia, women did not have the right to vote. And there also some voting is there. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. Got the point here? Saudi Arabia makes a discrimination in terms of what? Gender. Estonia is making a discrimination in terms of race. That is, if you are from Russian minority, very difficult it is to vote there. And if you are from Fiji Islands, then if you are an indigenous Fijian, that is, you are born there, brought up there, your vote will have a higher value than the Indians who have settled there. Got the point here? Whereas in India, one vote, one value. Oh, that is the third feature. Moving on. And this one vote, one value. When did India, obvious question now, when did India give, or rather, Can you tell me, that is a statement is universal adult franchise was granted in India after Indira Gandhi became Prime Minister in 1966. Particularly vulnerable tribal groups like Jarawa. Jarawa tribes basically they stay in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Don't enjoy voting rights. How many statements are correct? Only S1, only S2, both, none of the above. Most of them are going for D. Initially, I saw some BC and all. A. Yash is telling it is A. Only statement 1 is correct. Most are going for D. All right. First of all, what do you mean by universal adult franchise? Universal adult franchise means anybody who is an adult will have voting rights. Anybody who is an adult will have the right to vote. That is what it simply means. India adopted universal adult franchise as soon as we became independent. And in the first election onwards, 1951 elections, anybody who is more than 21 years of age can vote. 21 back then. Later only they reduced it and made it 18. That took place from the first election onwards, giving a huge shock to the international community. Why? Because at the time of independence, India was having 86% illiteracy. 86% of the population is illiterate, means can't read, can't write. That is why the symbol started becoming so important for elections, because looking at the symbol, they are like, this means Congress. Okay. They will go and put their thumb impression or whatever. This is how we started off. Nothing happened during Indira Gandhi. It is true. It is a statement that yes, Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of the country in 1966. That part is true. But universal adult franchise is something which we started from day one. This is not something, this has not happened in USA. USA, women got voting rights much, much later. People of color, that means basically the Afro-Americans or people who are not white in color, they also got voting rights much later. And the same thing happened, be it in Europe also, that is in London, UK, France, etc. So why the international community got a shock when India decided to go for universal adult franchise in 1951 was like, they were like, you're such a poor country. Your per capita income is pathetic. 70 to 80% of your population is illiterate plus poor. Why are you worried about conducting elections and that too giving voting rights for everybody? Mad or what? But we did not bother. We were like nothing doing. Everybody will get the same political right from day one. From day one, everybody will get the same political right. That is how we have been functioning. That is why the first statement is wrong. What about the second statement? Particularly vulnerable tribal group. In detail, we will take it up. Particularly vulnerable tribal group simply means, it, as the name suggests, vulnerable means what? Their culture is about to get destroyed. Why? Very less numbers they have. So Jarawa tribe and all, you basically find them in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. There are certain areas within Andaman and Nicobar Islands where you're not allowed to go in. You're not allowed to go there. You're not allowed to go there. You're not allowed to take photographs also. Why? Jarawa tribes stay there. They are a very, very primitive tribe. And it is said that their civilization or their culture is very old. Very, very old. You can't simply put a number to it. Very primitive they are. Most of them are at least 90% they are naked. That is how their dressing style, etc. is. They hunt still. They hunt fish, hunt animals. Unconfirmed reports even say that they are even cannibal. They practice cannibalism also. That is, they kill and eat other human beings. We don't know. We don't know about it. These are from media reports. We cannot verify them. The point here is particularly vulnerable tribal group like Jarawa don't enjoy voting rights. That means they don't have voting rights in the country. Is it true? No. They have voting rights. If they have in today 2025, if we talk about, if they have crossed 18 years, they have every right to vote for the election. But it is a totally different ball game that they don't want to vote. Now I am from OBC candidate. I stay in the city of Bangalore. Let us say I don't have any interest in the outcome of Karnataka state election. I don't want to go for vote. Leave. Who will vote? I do enjoy the right of voting. I have the right. But I am making a choice not to vote. Same choice made by the Jarawa tribes. They don't want to vote. And we don't want to disturb their life. You go there trying to tell them, please come to vote. These are the symbols. These are our candidates. They will be like, what voting these people are talking about? We have our king. We have our tribal chief here. Getting the point here. When Supreme Court has basically told, don't disturb them. Let us leave them. Fine. But are they citizens of this country? Absolutely yes. Do they have voting rights? Absolutely yes. If they want to come and vote tomorrow in their tribal attire, can we stop them? Absolutely no. They come out. We are not supposed to go in and see what the Jarawas are doing. Jarawas can come out. Jarawas can vote. Second statement is also wrong. How many statements are correct is the question. None is the answer. UPSC plays with words. Purposefully I gave these Jarawa name and all. Because people will be thinking Jarawa tribes particularly vulnerable. Yes, they are very primitive. Obviously they don't vote. Okay, second statement should be correct then. No. They enjoy voting rights. If I make a statement, Jarawas generally don't participate for elections or for voting, then that statement will be true. Jarawas generally don't cast their vote. True. They don't cast. True only. But everybody doesn't cast. Some will be there, right? Any tribal community you take, there will be within the tribal group 1 or 2 candidates will be there who have got educated, who have got exposed to civilization. Correct? Then that statement becomes correct. So it is extremely important that you read the statement and understand word to word what is its meaning. That pause should be there. Don't immediately jump to the answer, because most of the time what happens is after marking the answer in your OMR sheet, then, oh my God, this was not the right way. What it means is enjoy. Correct. They enjoy it. They are not voting. That is a different story. Getting the picture here. So take a pause after reading the sentence in UPSC prelims. Otherwise, you end up making even a medium difficulty question or an easy question wrong. Simply because you jumped to a conclusion. Clear, people? Fourth feature of democracy, a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights. That is the next thing. There are limits placed for the government to function. Within that limit only, a government has to function. It cannot overdo things. So in the Indian system, if you generally see, we have the legislature. We'll come to that. Yes, Dubey. Executive, judiciary. Three things. Legislature, in simple terms, it means either the parliament or state legislature, state legislative assembly. Executive, when we say, it is the government, be it at the center or at the state. Judiciary, when we say, definitely we have a system of integrated judiciary. With the Supreme Court at the top, high courts in the middle, and lower courts at the bottom. That is how it is. And as you can clearly see, I have drew a circle around each of this. Why the circle? Because as per our constitution, it has clearly told from where to where the parliament can function, from where to where the judiciary can function, from where to where the government can function. Then why have I marked here blue colors, these overlapping areas? Because when we talk about these functions, there are certain functions which are common to both parliament and government, or parliament and judiciary, or government and judiciary. Overlapping areas are there. Which are these overlapping areas and all? We will see later. But the point here is, it is clearly within limits. Clearly defined, here to here, from there to there. So everybody is clear then. This they can do, this they cannot do. So that is the reason why, just a few months back, when judiciary told set a timeline, telling that governor, within this much time, you should take a decision on a bill. People were like, who is judiciary to set a time limit here? Governor is a constitutional post. Governor has its independence. How can judiciary point a finger to the government and say, tell the governor, do your job within this time period? Getting the point here? So, how can they say? Because there is no provision in the constitution. There is no provision in the constitution directly which tells that Supreme Court can start directing constitutional posts. Do this, do that, do this. Even the Supreme Court also should keep itself within the limits. Any doubt so far? So, final summary would be what? Final summary would be decision making with people, powerful can become powerless, political equality, the limitations. To, I'll put it a little more properly, to absolute power. Why absolute power? So, again, an example to that. As one of the features of Indian democracy, I can basically tell you that yes, 2014 to 2025, one single party has been dominating. Correct? No doubt about it. And it is their government that is currently in power. We are all clear on that. One scheme that was brought in by them was basically the electoral bond scheme. Can anybody tell me what this electoral bond scheme is? Anybody? Such type schemes had the name of donator. Very good, Abe. That is the simplest way of putting it. Electoral bond schemes implement. That is, if I am making donations to a political party, whoever is making these donations, I won't get to know who it is. Any donation can be made to a political party. No need to reveal who is the person, how much is the amount. Collecting money in the form of bonds, that is there. You're collecting money, bond and all. Again, I will not get into that detail and all. But basically, simplest meaning is whoever gives donations to a political party in the form of bonds, that name will not be disclosed out. They brought in this scheme. The idea was it will help in reducing corruption in politics. It will help in reducing black money in the economy. That was the idea. Then later what happened? Supreme Court struck it down. Asked to divulge details of all donors. Supreme Court said nothing doing. Supreme Court said An individual, if an individual is making a contribution, if I made a contribution to the Congress party, fine, my name and my details needs to be protected. Why? Because individual, right to privacy. But in that same manner, when companies or corporates are donating to a political party, you cannot protect their identity telling that no, we need to protect them under right to privacy. You will divulge that also. You will divulge all their details because an individual may not be able to influence a government's decision. But a company or a corporate will be able to do that. So Supreme Court told, enough with your scheme, release all the details. Details were revealed. And what was the comedy part of the details? Electoral bond scheme. Every party got benefited. That is, even the opposition who were telling electoral bond scheme is bad, this, that, etc. Even from their party also, for their party also, they got nice levels of what? Donations. What has happened here? How did Supreme Court interfere here? How did Supreme Court say that electoral bond scheme is unconstitutional? How was Supreme Court able to do that? Because Constitution gives that power to Supreme Court to check whether an action done by the government or any law passed by the parliament, whether it is violating the Constitution or not. Supreme Court can do that. Getting the point here? That is there some stupid logic that point of time. Even the government had given. Getting the point? We will not get into that, Priyanshu, because two reasons for that. Number one, I'll have to get into the whole functioning of a bond system and all. Second thing, by the time you people give your prelims, this won't be such an important topic anymore. Getting the point here? Not at all relevant here to our discussion. That is the reason. But anyway, whatever it is, it has been struck down. As a trailer, I will give it to you. All of this is just a trailer to whatever we are going to take. Don't feel that, oh my God, already he's teaching so many heavy stuff. No. Whatever we are doing now, its full blast version will come again. That is the beauty of polity. Polity, when we are discussing Supreme Court, when we are discussing Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, Parliament, etc., Supreme Court will come there. When we are discussing Supreme Court, President will come, Governor will come. So these topics will keep getting repeated. So from where does this power came? Where did this power come from for the Supreme Court? Article 13. Power to review. Whatever law is passed by the Supreme Court, government or Parliament, whatever action is taken by the government, Supreme Court can review it and see whether it is following the law or not. If it is not following the Constitution, if it is not following the established procedure or structure, Supreme Court will strike it down. Supreme Court will say, no, this is unconstitutional, this cannot be allowed. Getting the point here? That is why limitations to absolute power. Government cannot do anything and everything what they want. Clear? Now automatically another question. Decision making is with the people. Powerful becomes powerless. That means elections. Political equality. Everybody has one vote, one value. Limitations to absolute power. Regular elections. Next question. Regular elections are conducted in India at all levels of government. Is the statement true or false? Mruganga Biswas is telling yes. Yash Dubey is telling it is true. Sneha is telling it is true. Salim is telling it is. Hayat is telling it is false. True. Salim, can you tell me why did you say it is false? Because you are the only one who said it. And yeah, again. Salim, can you tell me why it is false? Pranoy Mandal is also telling it is false. Okay, Pranoy, tell me why it is false. Pintu is also telling. Aryan is telling absolutely true. Haha, okay. That too in bold, big, bold capital letters. Why false, Pintu? Why false, Pranoy? That is the answer. I will frame this question in a different manner now. Very good, Salim. Are elections to panchayats and municipalities held on time in India? Yes or no? No. Onish, it is held on time. Is it so? It is never held on time. It is never ever held on time. Now let us go back to the question here. Regular elections are conducted in India at all levels of government. How many levels are there? 3. Center, state, local. When I say local, it means panchayats, municipalities. Now what is the answer to this? Now tell me what is the answer to this. Regular elections are conducted in India at all levels of government. True or false? Clear now? Now you understood, sir. Everybody is reading the same material, same content, same this thing, same that thing. Why is it that true? How, Ankit? Why is it that people are still not clearing, not everybody are clearing the prelims? This is the reason. False is the answer. Because it is not conducted regularly at the local level. Even if I'm talking about Bengaluru right now, I think it is 6 to 7 years, I think now, close to, since the last municipality elections were conducted. Panchayat elections and all, if you actually take state-wise statistics, you will find gross inefficiency in conducting the elections. Getting the point here. That is the reason why government is suggesting what. So we know at what things are good. Central level we are doing things properly, state level we are doing things properly. It is the local level things are not happening properly. So I want to conduct elections properly. Central level, state level, local level, without any fail. Steady, continuous, with clarity. This is one of the main reason for what government trying to bring in one nation, one election. The in-depth discussion we will do later. We are discussing the features. In the feature, what they told, political equality. Everybody should get the political right. Everybody should get the political vote. Okay. What about my political right to vote? Where are the elections being conducted to Bengaluru municipality? Where? When will they conduct it? What about my political right? That is of my parents who are staying in a small panchayat right now in Kerala. What about their political right? When will the elections to those panchayats will be held again? Getting the point here. I have the right to vote. Yes, one vote, one value. Yes, I have the right to vote. You keep the election. Only then I can vote, right? When you're not at all keeping the election, how will I exercise my right to vote? That is one of the strongest argument from the side of the government. That when you ask them, why do you want to do this? System is going well only. Since so many years we have been conducting elections here. What is the sudden change necessary? They are telling at local level things are not happening well. Getting the point here. Things are not happening well. Got it? So, even in India, we can see what? Exceptions. We thought in India everything is going fine, but not so. Decision making, is it with the people? Yeah. Powerful, becoming powerless through regular elections. But then, correct? Monish, we will discuss that. We will discuss it in depth in detail because it will all come under governance. I will tell you the entire structure. I will teach you that time. That is, what are the main issues with panchayats and municipalities in terms of funding, in terms of staffing. Then, one main reason I will tell you, Monish, people have no interest. State election, national election, aha, local election, That is the first and foremost reason. People have no interest in it. What is the reason for that also we will see. Okay. Then limitations to absolute power. That means government cannot do anything and everything. I gave you the example of electoral bond scheme. If that is the case, demonetization, 2016. Correct? Then Article 370 abrogation. Both this the government went on to do. Correct? Because obviously they had a majority in the parliament and they used their powers, etc. They used constitutional loopholes, whatever was there, they used all of it and they went ahead and did it. Now what do you say? Now, can you still say that we are democratic? That we have all the features of a democracy? Can we say that? Or there are exceptions to it? Okay. Yash has gone the full Supreme Court way. It does not violate the basic structure of the Constitution. This also we will take it up for discussion. That is another story altogether, because this will also come under governance. Article 370's abrogation, now it is a dead letter, because why? Supreme Court upheld it. So that itself is puts the whole thing. End of discussion. No more discussion on Article 370. That is over. That's a dead letter. It's done. Even if you have a different opinion, swallow it, keep it, bury it, put one tombstone on front of it. Maybe for a tea discussion, off record, you can sit and have it. But on paper, you're only going to quote what? Supreme Court has upheld it, end of discussion. Fine. What about demonetization? Demonetization, the thing is, before demonetization, 86% transactions were in cash. After demonetization, today if I am talking about, 86% transactions are in digital. Before demonetization, highest denomination was 1000. After demonetization, it was rupees 2000. But then 2000 also we have taken out now. Today it is rupees 500. Tomorrow can it become rupees 200? Maybe. Then later rupees 100. Later rupees 50. Or way towards complete digitalization of the economy. Starting point was this demonetization only. Government also wouldn't have expected the way by which Indians immediately accepted and adopted this whole UPI transaction ka payment system. Correct. That is why post demonetization, initially they brought in 2000, but this 2000 is no more in circulation. Today the highest denomination is 500. Tomorrow people may feel, oh, 500 rupees, from where will I get change? People don't keep 500 rupees notes in their pocket anymore, because 500 rupees to get change, it is difficult. Eventually government may say 500 is also being taken out of transaction. Then 200 will be taken out. 100 also can be taken out. 50 also can be taken out. And we all will move towards what? Digital rupee. How it is possible, sir? This and all is a little too much, sir. That is what even P. Chidambaram told in the parliament when demonetization was introduced. That how are you going to pay for 2 rupees, 3 rupees? Will this female, how will a vegetable seller be able to sell for 2 rupees, 3 rupees? How will they know to operate a POS machine? He told back in 2016. Today, Pani Puri also we are buying and eating. Bhaiya, punch 3 rupees Pani Puri. Please, Bhaiya, please. And we take one additional Puri and we eat. And we pay him 3 or 4. Getting the point here? This shows what? Exceptions are there. Exceptions are there. As long as that power is exercised, be it demonetization Article 370, as rightly pointed by Yash Dubey here, it is not violating the basic structure of the Constitution. Anything and everything is allowed. Clear, people? Any doubts here? Any doubt so far? Now moving on to the limits of democracy. Yeah. It will come before 2030. We can expect it, Pinto. We can easily expect it because it is only a matter of time moving towards central banks' digital currency. All right. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Do me a small favor. Does government have a right to demonetize our currency again? Yeah, easily. They took out 2000 rupees from circulation, right? Naman Kuvera. Did we see the first time when we heard it, we were like, we all got shocked. 1000 rupees, 500 rupees, etc. Because we were all having it with us. That Pinto will take it up later. But the second time when they got to know, government told that 2000 rupees is being pulled out of circulation, we did not feel anything. Why? Most of us, whenever we used to get 2000 rupees, we never used to feel happy. We were like, oh my god, let me go and exchange it. Today we have that same feeling for 500 rupees. Today, as soon as we get 500, we are like, okay, let me go and make a quick change of it. Because you keep it in the purse, it is very difficult. So you will change that. Later, you will develop that feeling towards 200, then towards 100, then towards 50. That's it. Slowly, everything will go digital. Now, leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. I want you to do a very quick thing. From 1991, that is from P.V. Narasimha Rao, to all the way till Vajpayee government, 1999 to 2004. Or basically, keep till Vajpayee only. To 2004, let me keep going. 99, sorry. How many prime ministers were there? And their time period. Like how long were they prime ministers? In the proper order, can you tell me now? Right now. Google and tell me. Because I know some of you say it is very difficult. I know it is in an online class. It is very difficult to constantly keep looking at the faculty and stay attentive. It is not easy. I admit it. But what to do? That is, everything comes with a price. This is the price that you and I have to pay. So let us try to keep it a little engaging here. 91 to 99, can you give me the list of prime ministers starting with P.V. Narasimha Rao? And their time period. P.V. Narasimha Rao from which year to which year? Ria. Time. From which year to which year? Give me the year. And from 1996, the next prime minister after P.V. Narasimha Rao. 16 days. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Then after that, Deve Gowda. 96-97. Then after Deve Gowda, IK Gujral. Very good. '97 to '98. Then after that, fine, 13 or 16. That we will see. My point, it is more than the number of days here. For me, the purpose of writing this is different. That we can get the authentic data later. 98 to 2004. Observe from 1991 to okay till 1998 or till 2004 itself, let us keep. In a span of 13 years, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, counting ABV again, 5 prime ministers in this country. 5 prime ministers. That is the problem with democracy. That means any time a government can form, any time the government can collapse. Today, NDA government also can collapse very easily. All what is needed here. If Chandrababu Naidu decides to pull the plug, Chandrababu Naidu and his party, if they decide tomorrow, okay, we don't want to support the central government anymore, we are going to support the India alliance, what will happen? Current government will collapse. This highlights the instability. Getting the picture here? Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. Absolutely, absolutely true. People who have joined today one party, they will join another party tomorrow. One of the best examples for this is the Karnataka elections. So if you remember, few years back again, when Karnataka elections took place, as the result gets announced, first thing that any political party in Karnataka will do is they'll take all their MLAs, go put them in one resort, lock them there. You eat whatever you want, you drink whatever you want, you do whatever you want there, but don't come out of the hotel. They'll keep guards also just to keep a watch. All the MLAs are there only. One of them also shouldn't come out. This is what they do. So much so that when in the Karnataka High Court a petition was placed, the judge sitting in the High Court read out a joke and started laughing. Read out a WhatsApp forward joke. What he got? What was the joke? So a party, opposition party, ruling party, both are fighting. Who will form the government? That time the hotel owner comes. Hotel owner comes and says, hello, I will form the government. One party is like, hey, how will you form? Who are you? Hotel owner said, hello, I have the maximum MLAs with me now. All the MLAs are in my hotel. So I will form the government now. That is the reality. Exactly. Resort politics. See. I don't want to take. That is purposefully the reason why I didn't take any party's name here. Because if I start getting into party names, then definitely each one of you will take a side. Each one of you will take a side. This person joined there, that person joined there. Let it be. Let it be. Why do you care? You should be supportive of the government, not of any political party. So some of you might be feeling, this is going to happen like this party, okay, fine. Tomorrow you get into a cadre. You get a posting. Let us say you don't like BJP. And for your good luck, you got posted in UP. You got posted in UP. But going by the looks of it, my simple prediction is BJP will be coming to power in another 10-15 years again. My simple prediction it is. Now you got your posting in UP. You don't like BJP. What will you do? Immediately you will resign. Ulta. You hate Congress. You got your posting in Telangana. But going by the looks of it, again Telangana, Congress government can come into power. You will resign from there. There is no point in being political when you are a government job aspirant. Politicians will come, politicians will go. Who is in opposition today may join BJP tomorrow. Like somebody mentioned it here. I think Shashi Tharoor will be next. Shashi Tharoor, they did not buy. Shashi Tharoor may walk in and go into BJP. That is a different story. We can discuss it. Endless scenarios we can discuss. If Shashi Tharoor is feeling that he will grow better with BJP, he will go and join. You are preparing for an exam. Why? Because you want to grow in life. Stature-wise, socially, economically, everything. Correct? If you can think like that, why shouldn't Shashi Tharoor think for his growth, political growth? Getting the point here. So this is the logic. The logic is what? Stay politically neutral. Correctly pointed out by Munish. Stay out of politics, come what may. Stay out of it. We have got nothing to gain from it. We will waste our energy fighting for one political party or that political party. Finally, what do we see? Both the parties became one. Who became an idiot there? We became an idiot. Got the picture here? So many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delays. Best example. You as in the government, had to take a complete U-turn with regard to the 3 farm bills. They brought in the 3 farm bills. They tried to get it executed. Farmers did not agree to it. Government had to take a complete U-turn. Very good, correct. Very correct, Rajdeep. Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Emergency, 1975. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. Why corruption? Why will it lead to corruption? Because I want to stay in power. To stay in power, what should I do? That I will do. Freebies. It is not exactly an example for corruption. I know that. But the freebie culture is something which even the courts have started questioning. Free bus service, free electricity, free metro service, free that, free this, free that. For what? Who has to pay for it? My tax money, your tax money. Why is it that every state government is now announcing it? Every state, not one state alone. Tamil Nadu it is there, Karnataka it is there, Madhya Pradesh it is there, UP it is there, everywhere it is there. One or the other freebie is there. Why? All about winning the election. Ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Even today in 2025, if you go and ask an educated person on what basis they are voting, they will tell caste, religion, or region was the reason. Why did you vote for that candidate? He is from my caste, so I voted for him. So I have asked to such people, I've talked with such when I'll be like, but you know, right, that person has around 15 to 20 cases on that fellow. That and all, it will be there in politics. That is not a big deal. But ultimately, he's from my caste. I will always support my caste. Or I will always support my religion. Or I will always support. True. Language also, I agree. Language also is there. Objective analysis is not at all there. Again, correct, Simran? So, okay, I will add that point, those 2 points also here. Language, money. So if you look at the exceptions here, finally, you are like, democracy doesn't look so good then. Correct? Because if that was the case, close to one more homework. I mean, not homework, instantaneously tell me. What percentage of MPs in India have criminal antecedents or cases registered against them? Everywhere, Pinto. It is not just your side. Everywhere it is. Even the so-called, the state from where I come from, Kerala, basically. The state of Kerala also, unfortunately, even today, it is largely caste, religion, etc. that continues to rule the roost. Not candidates. Because I will be very honest with you here. You would have heard of this gentleman, Metro Man of India, E. Sridharan. Correct? Who is famous for his punctuality. That is, you give him, if you fix a project completion date, if he tells you 1 week before that he will finish the project and give you the key. No. I'm not asking for what you think or what around 70, around 80. No, I want the exact value. Exact value after Googling it. Okay. So the correct way of putting it is, that is what I wanted to see. How many of you will interpret the data properly? Of the 514 sitting Lok Sabha MPs, this is from the Hindu last year, Lok Sabha MPs analyzed, 225 have declared criminal cases against themselves according to the self-sworn affidavits analyzed by the Paul Rights body, Association of Democratic Reforms. Out of those analyzed, 5% are billionaires with assets exceeding rupees 100 crore. So what is it? The answer is basically 46% of MPs in Lok Sabha. What is 6%? Then 5% MPs, billionaires. So this is the best example for what? Corruption. And this is the best example for what? Our people don't know anything. When I say the people don't know anything, people don't know how to elect, how to vote. When I make a statement like that, automatically a question comes, on what basis are you telling this? This is the basis. Criminal MPs are year on year, if you see, it is going on increasing. So criminal MPs we are voting to the parliament means, it only means what? We are looking into caste, religion only. We are not looking into objectivity. Because if objectivity was the criteria, pure merit was the criteria, Metro Man E. Sridharan, when he stood for election from the state of Kerala, a state that takes pride in itself, in calling itself literate, digitally literate, socially aware, because gender-wise also, maternal mortality rate, health outcomes, education outcomes, everything top-notch. So what do you expect? Yes, people in the state of Kerala would have voted for E. Sridharan. No, he did not. They did not. E. Sridharan lost the election. Completely clean and clean officer he is. No corruption allegation, nothing. Highly respected even at the highest level of the government. Anywhere he goes, he commands respect. He lost the election from the state of Kerala. So what else is there to say then? Because they have not been convicted in a court of law. Anand Srivastava. See, if you and I forget to pay one small challan, immediately we will be dragged to the police station, this, that, immediately formalities will start. But for the people who are very, very rich, what is the advantage in the country? They can delay the case how much ever they want. How much ever they want, they can delay it. That is the advantage when you are having money or power with you. Getting the point here? This is the idea. Any doubts here, people? Any doubts so far? Any doubts with these examples what I gave you? Any doubts here? These are the limitations of democracy, mind you. Drawbacks of democracy when you say. Getting the point? Corruption, see, democracy leads to corruption for it is based on electoral competition. See, corruption when we say, it is not just money-wise corruption. Morally also you are corrupt. You are ready to do anything to be in power. Getting the point here. So somehow I want to be in power. Going on shifting your party. This time you supported India Alliance. Afterwards you support NDA Alliance. What does it mean? Point 2. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. What example will I give you now for this? The point is, if I try to give any example, it will end up becoming a political discussion, which I don't want to do in a polity class. Okay, I will do this much. See, at one point of time in West Bengal, okay, Communist Party was in power. Trinamool Congress was the opposition. The political party BJP was nowhere in power. That power equation, they were not even there. Okay. So CPM had the complete control there. Now Trinamool is in power. Correct? Believe it or not, in West Bengal today, CPM is looking to support BJP. Because they are very, very low there. And whatever numbers they are having, CPM's biggest enemy there, or political enemy I'm talking about, is actually Trinamool Congress. So in West Bengal, that is what is happening. Come down to the state of Kerala. CPM party is in power there. And they are dead against BJP. Dead against. Can you see the difference in the political equation there? Now, this is not a public acknowledged fact or something, but everybody knows it, that CPM is trying to take BJP support there to just to get back in power. Here what is happening? Full on fight. National level, what is happening? Full on fight. So you can see conveniently they are changing things. Now let us remove BJP out of the equation. Let us take Kerala only. Kerala now, in the state of Kerala, CPM is in power. Congress is the opposition. Correct? CPM in power, Congress in opposition. If you take the Indie alliance, CPM and Congress are what? They are political partners. Political partners. So, national level, they are buddy buddies. State level, they are fighting with each other. What? ID freebies money. Aditi, you cannot eliminate, right? Because that is what we talk about. I will see, if I want to win the election, I will put a candidate who is going to win. I am not going to put a candidate who is going to lose. So what do I do? Okay, I will basically, what is it? Put a candidate who will win. He can be a criminal, he can be a gunda, he can be a film star. He can be anybody. I only want to win the election, that's it. So I don't care about their criminal background, as long as I can delay the case for as long as possible. Ankita, I think, what is freebies money? Freebies, it is not money. See, understand, freebie means you're giving things for free. Not freely you're giving money. Like free bus, free electricity. That is what you call a freebie. The other one, ordinary people don't know anything. That money, it is what? Vote for a particular party. Vote for cash. It is something which is very prominent. I know, I have students who have told me, sir, I took money from both the parties. And I was like, okay, then which party did you vote for? Sir, I partied with that money. I did not vote for anybody. I was like, wonderful. Still it is happening in our country. That is vote for cash. This is free bus, free electricity. Government is announcing free, this is free, that is free. Money for this, where does it come from? Tax. Got it, people? So, today's class, we will wind it up over here. We will continue tomorrow with advantages of democracy. So what I want you to do is read through this material today. Read through it. We'll come to that, yes, we'll come to that. All these questions we will address. I want you to just read through the entire thing immediately. Today itself. When you do it, it is left to you. And this is the policy you will adopt for every subject. As soon as the class is over, read it then and there. Because things are still fresh in your mind, you will remember it. One day, even if you skip reading that day's class notes, you are out of tune. One day's class, if you skip, you are out of track. You start building a backlog, you are done. Getting the point here? Online class, one of the biggest issue is people can become lethargic. People will think, arey, recorded classes are there, I'll do it aram se. It will take time. Clear? Yes, Jubei, those things will come to you. You will get the timetable, everything in a short while. Don't worry. Those things will come to you. I am not in control or in charge of it. That and all, you will get it. DPP, DMP and all. Please understand, my responsibility is only confined to polity and governance. The other aspects of it, whatever features are associated with your Pinnacle batch, that will come to you later. Naman Kuvera, 3 Farm Bill. Farm bill, it is basically 3 new rules with regard to farming that the government tried to bring in, which they couldn't pass it, which they couldn't get it passed because of farmers' protest. Okay. All right, Pintu. All right. Thank you, Suman. Okay. All right. So we will continue tomorrow. We'll take the discussion further forward. These bills, etc., we will discuss. Don't worry. These are just a trailer. We cannot show the full picture on day 1 of the class. Okay. So tomorrow we will continue. We'll continue from where we left. All right, people. Let's call it a day.